important step that could make it harder on groups wanting to change the state constitution.
Our Capitol Bureau reporter Cody Butler tells us why some lawmakers say ballot amendments need more limits.
This was one of the original issues Governor Ron DeSantis wanted lawmakers to take up during the special session in January. He and other Republicans claim there's too much fraud in the process that allows voters to change the Constitution. However, voter advocates say that this will hurt, not help, that process.
The initiative petition process is broken.
That's why State Representative Jenna Parsons-Mullica is proposing changes.
We need to put in safeguards to protect the citizens of the state of Florida from the known fraud that we know is occurring.
Safeguards include a $1 million bond petition sponsors need to post before collecting signatures, requiring paid petition collectors to be legal Florida residents who pass a background check, and shortening the timeline petition collectors have to turn in petitions to the supervisors of elections.
The bond is one tool to protect the citizens of the state of Florida and ensure that those who are sponsoring petitions, that they be able to pay the fines should they break the law.
However, advocates spent about 2 hours telling lawmakers that this proposal isn't the answer. Many, like Equal Ground Executive Director Genesis Robinson, says that lawmakers should leave the initiative petition process alone.
When you talk about grassroots-led movements, right, it's quite difficult for organizations or even concerned citizens to not only collect the petitions that is needed, but to even put down $1 million down payment before you can even begin that process.
For him, having this option is necessary for when lawmakers don't listen to citizens' concerns.
When you have issues that they don't agree with, when you have issues that they refuse to take action on in the legislature, it is a choice and the right of the people to effectuate those changes through the ballot initiative process.
On the other side, Florida Voice for the Unborn founder Andrew Chevelle says he doesn't think this proposal goes far enough.
It just seems like it's window dressing. There's not really substantial reforms when you peel the onion back.
Now, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done before this proposal does make it to the governor's desk. This was just the first stop. There are other committees that need to hear this proposal before it makes it to the House floor for a vote. There's also a similar but different proposal in the Senate.
Now, I want you guys to understand just how important the ballot initiative process is. It's the way by which citizens are able to get their issues before the legislator. Without that, the legislator will just do whatever the hell they want to do. You guys seen that in situations like over in Ohio and other places where lawmakers actually go against the will of the people. People vote for one thing, lawmakers say they didn't know what they were doing. We've even seen that happen over in Colorado Springs. Now, as you guys can see on this government website, flaglerelections.gov, there are initiative petitions and constitutional amendments, and this breaks down the initiative petition process where citizens may propose amendments to the Florida Constitution through an initiative petition process. In addition to other requirements, this initiative petition process requires a specific number of petitions to be signed by registered Florida voters before the proposed amendment by initiative can appear on the ballot. Per the Florida Constitution, the number of signatures needed is based on 8% of the voters who cast votes in the last presidential election. In addition, the signatures must also come from voters in at least one half of the congressional districts of the state. A proposed amendment requires at least 60% approval from voters to pass. And going down, we can see some of the current active initiative petition summaries. And as you guys can see, some of the current petitions include things like prayer back in schools, providing Medicaid coverage to eligible low-income adults, the right to clean and healthy waters, and also adult personal use of herb. And it's interesting to see that the adult use of herb actually has the most petitions for this reporting period, as well as all petitions run up to date. So adult use of herb being legalized in the right way is definitely something that's of interest to a lot of Florida voters. So let me know what you think about that. Drop it in the comments down below. And just a quick reminder, if you're getting value from this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support us further, join the ICANN VIP Bean Club or buy us a cup of coffee. Now, one of the biggest criticisms of this ballot initiative reform move is that it would, among other things, require petitioners to post a $1 million bond before commencing signature gathering. It'll also prohibit the use of out-of-state petitioners and narrow the window in which signatures must be handed over to election officials, so it's making it really restrictive. But also, you gotta post $1 million bond. Now, the reason that they cite for this is that this process has been taken over by out-of-state fraudsters looking to make a quick buck and by special interests. And those special interests are intent on buying their way into the Florida Constitution. So what this ballot initiative reform bill seeks to do is to root out the problem and provide assurances that only those with a